Our moderators, Venerable Mahayano and Venerable Siling Tongko Rinpoche.
Greetings, everyone. I pay homage to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, especially today to the Mahasangha gathering here together at this time with the presence of His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama, with the distinguished guests, dignitaries, and the leaders from all many different traditions of Buddhism who gathered here today. On behalf of the organizers, I would like to welcome and pay homage to everyone here together today. We are here together at this auspicious place of the enlightenment of the Buddha in Bodh Gaya, India, for our first International Sangha Forum 2023. Our forum's theme is Bridging Traditions and Embracing Modernity, a dialogue on the Buddha's teachings and how it relates to today's world. The aim of this gathering is to strengthen the harmony among the different Buddhist traditions so that we can learn from one another, enriching our practice and the philosophy that we have to study. This is even more crucial in our 21st century, where we are more connected than ever before. So we will be here together for the next 3 days with more than 50 distinguished guest speakers and moderators from 37 countries. The topics varies from connecting back to the ancient wisdom, exploring each important topic in depth, and all the way to how the Buddha Dhamma can be relevant to the modern ways of living. So please, all of our guests, you can see all the information in the booklet that has been handed out for more information of the speakers and the session's information. And on the morning of the 23rd of December, as a post-conference, we will be joining together for a World Peace Prayer session at the Mahabodhi Temple. So there is a lot going on for the next 3 and 4 days, so please enjoy your time together here and make the best use of the enriching qualities of all of us being here together. Thank you.
드린 덤바 투지제 원발 조벌 상계배 내개발제 도지된들이야 하제 시시 주게 잠내 시대 대변 공설하면 남제 temguen 교용 무초 우슈부터 남배 유족하게 우티 라젠 남바당 때문에 긴중기대 저리야 고장원 땅에 토네 흉제기 분이 제가 가다 내역의 군전 남바 신양 계급 카 면접을 순수소리요 상태배 군전 남바 니동 남바 제 랭겔이야 대린치로 니동 니슈 작숨 다버 중립 배체 니슈 꾸이 라스 계획 인기 대내 송대 니마 숨그리는 조규 계지 견둔배 돌랭 체모 운제기 제고텔이야 제법까지 장난 버텔 라송 닝거 자네 거기 쪼숨경 안에 삼지 다시들레 수와다 찹직 졸랭 디 고바다 미유 조테 덤바지기 추주 냠셰 난겐기 파리 추규다 렉자기 추규 쯧베 조다카가다 미리 담이 다가나신 계급 민자버 소소요 발 니마 숨게링리아 삼주 제렌타 냠뇽 베리 람네 삼셰다 고둘 렉자렌레제 나야다 유럽 예지버 디 나올이야 남바 상계베 추기 렌단다 걔네 대가나신기 망족 추라 카요 라요기 낭주기 랍자 락달 컨테스 제국의 유명 꼴이야 돌랭 쉬야기 십저디 나부조 차르유베 차디디 나올이야 시능그레 드네 니마 타마들이야 지제 뉴스 숨기 니모데 진노 홍스캠고 전부조 우슈토 라진 우디 남바 렌좀기 토네 최대한 rumbichegi chongdo zamling shide melam soyache zerim dordi dos chegi terengi joling zerim jegogi zerim thangbote pali ke thone tashibe chigje sunai.
So today our inaugural session would start off by an auspicious prayers from both the Pali and the Sanskrit tradition. So first I would like to invite our Pali Sangha to please opening the chant of this auspicious event.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karane yamata kusale nayan Tang san tang patang abhisame jasa ko ucho jasu ucho jasu vacho jasa moto anatima nisanto sako jasu paro japa jo jasa lau kavuti sante triyo janipako japako Kule su ananukito anajakutang samajare kinchiye navinyo pare upavadayung sukino vakemino hontu sabbe satam bhavantu sukitata ye ketipana bhutati tasava Tavarawa anavase satika vaye mahantava majima rasaka anukatura ditavaye adithaye jature vasante aviture bhutava sambhave seva sape satta Bhavanto สุขิตาตานะปะโรปะรังนิโกเปตานาติมัยเยตกาตจินังกินจิปยาโรสนาปฏิกสัญญานัญญมัญญาสตุขเมจยามาตายาตานิยังปุตตังอายุสาเอกปุตตมนุรักเขเอวัมปิสัพพปุเตสุมาณสัมภาวเยอปริมาณังเมตตัญจะสัพพโรกัสสมิงมาณสัมภาวเยอปริมาณังอุทธังอัตโตจติริยัญจะสัมภาตังอเวรังสัสสปัตตังติตัญจรังนิสินโนวาสยาโนวายาวตาสวิกตามิโตเอตังสติอาทิตยามพรหมเมตังวิหารังอิตมาวุติติจานุปคัมมศีลวะตัสสเนนะสัมปัญโยกาเมสุวินัยยะเขตังนะหิจาตุคาภัสสยังปุณเรติภวตุสัพพมังคลังราคันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพพุทธานุภาเวนัสสทาโสติภวันตุเตภวตุสัพพมังคลังราคันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพธัมมานุภาเวนัสสทาโสติภวันตุเตภวตุสัพพมังคลังราคันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนัสสทาโสติภวันตุเต
May I now request the Sanskrit, the Venerables to come up here and read the Sanskrit Sutra.
Lecture ki kintu batsude lecture shugi zenge kintu batsude shugi nane shendu sorochi sorona shuei. Chola chazuro kundichi la chazuro sumla tabu kuchasi nama sarvadrishti pranay yasatammadeshaya anukamba tam nama Dikbachiya mecha ki kaiwa kusum sobacha rangi simni yonso du dine sangi timbayi Swachittamana vatamanam etat buddhanam shasanam edharma hetu prabhava Tene yungi tseche dirisha. Chena tangye gyuli shon te gyu de shinshebe sun. Gyulo goba kanybe mejon chebe Chanchu samjorum boche ma yeba na kiyo je kewa nyamba meba na konde konde pewa shun.
Thank you. And the Buddha's teaching has been considered the light that illuminates darkness. So on this auspicious occasion, on behalf of the Mahasangha gathering here together today, I would like to humbly request His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, together with all our distinguished guests, to lead us in inaugurating the event by lighting up the lamp of wisdom as a gesture for the flowering of the Buddha Dharma together on these special occasions. On the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
International Sangha Forum 2023 is proudly open.
And on this occasion, I would like to invite Ms. Winnie Ng, the Secretary of the International Sangha Forum, President of the Tibetan Buddhist Center, Singapore and Malaysia, to give the welcoming address.
Singapore la nambe chuzo ki unji Miss Winnie la de ngore sungshi na perna shwe.
Your Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama,
special
guests, Honorable Sri Pema Khandu, Chief Minister Arunachal Mahasangha Abbots, Buddhist institutions, Sangha members, and all invited guests.
차상나들이 게지 균득이 소진 디토라 주ኛ와라 먼저 구리 소중문이 아니 비르슈고요 트렌데 손도소에 그거 저거디
and collaborative between
남베 링루 지금 발리 르즈마다 산스크리트 르즈마다서
it aims to identify
지금 참도용이야
have the shared benefits of study and the practice of the two-party tradition across the world, as well as to develop appreciations and understanding of the strength of the two traditions across the various sects. And it also what it means to be a 21st century Buddhist. And there is a need for Dharma to be more accessible, more relevant, and beneficial to each one of us and our younger generation. Through the 3 days of the forum, I hope we will take away key messages and insights on how the 21st century will impact our daily lives, making it a more positive and inspiring for every one of us. And my vision, hoping the conference and the program will help to enrich everybody's life, to make us and the world a better and kinder place to be. And I hope every one of you will enjoy the next 4 days of the program. Thank you to all the chairpersons and the speakers of the 4-day forum. And after the 4-day forums, we will have a post-event prayers at the Mahabodhi Temple. And on behalf of our committee members, I thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Cheers. Fine, so xin chazang la, dashi le shuwe yin. Gecher tang kyum do.
May I now request His Holiness and the other dignitaries to bless the certificate of participation to be presented to all the speakers and chairpersons.
Te so xin chazang la chage ji pye ju re chage di gyorum ji la so be den de gyorum ji zue be kun na be de chage de to la tu me na ro nas shuwe yin.
So next, we have the welcome address to be given by Mr. Abhijit Halder, Director General of International Buddhist Confederation.
Then the Gejin Nabe Chojingi, Director General Sna Jikapki Zonjin Kongi de Soshin Naruna Shuin. Gejin Nabil Henzo, Gejin Nabil Henzos, the Yagashungi Zushabe Chowachi. Abhijit Halder Kongtsela.
Namo Buddhaya.
Good morning to you all. It is
indeed a privilege and an honor for me to speak before this very enlightened gathering. The most esteemed Sangha heads, most esteemed venerables, with the blessings of His Holiness, who is gracing this occasion, and in the presence of Honorable Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, Sri Pema Khandu. I notice a lot of Sangha brothers and sisters also gathering here. A lot of academicians, a lot of scholars. I think there cannot be a better time and place for hosting an event such as this. Bodh is a city of enlightenment. I'm sure during the course of discussions over the next 2 days, whatever message that comes out will have a resounding impact all across the world as it comes out from the city of enlightenment. I say this with a lot of conviction because mankind has seen some of nature's worst anger in the last few years. If you notice in the last few years, we have witnessed some of the drought. We have seen earthquakes, as we talk here, northwest China has witnessed just on Monday. We've seen the ocean levels going up, the snow in the high altitude mountain falling down. We have seen the pandemic. We've all dealt with it. Before that, we saw the tsunami. Now, what is it that we have done as human beings that the nature is so angry with us? There is some flaw in our way of handling the nature. Tathagata Gautama Buddha had said, nature gives you back what you give to the nature. If that be so, then as Dhamma practitioners, it is critical and important for all of us to stop, to pause, to look back and introspect as to where have we gone wrong and what we need to do in the future. I'm glad to mention here that in the recently held World Climate Action Summit in Dubai, our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi specifically mentioned for more attention are bothered about our own health. We have various schemes like the health insurance schemes. We have should be able to supplement their efforts.
Dinde du ngara so chöjib gindu ba so ya di ko la ya jig shamde jig dinde namshi yo to ko la shamde khantu to shu ga de be kesho tong gu
His Holiness had made 31 years ago.
lo sum ju so ji ko la jig dong gu ge gu ju ko ni chedun chida to ge chedun la geji rashi ge chongdu brazil la nyamde ge so gi 고리 올라 초we 지나는 여름지기 송신 나머지 된다마 슈바이나
The challenges of our times,
나라조
human beings will have to
튜다
develop
띨베 강에 돈에서
sense of
세라
universal responsibility.
나라조 콜라찌라 캬베 겐국이 셈 심추창고에 시작해 좀
For
그래
his or herself,
세상 알아 소소 게소스 남미 쌈장 소스 농바장 많이 봐
should work for the benefit
잠닝
of all mankind.
지가 미리 찔라 펜베 셈고르지 창고에 개침 버리스 독서야 여름지 간나서 제가 디디 간나왜 여름지 그 송시에디 드린데 ten국의 수도 차상 주연이
We all know of the conflict which is going on between Russia and Ukraine.
페낭 알아서 미 수베 강에 대라 페낭 러시아다 유크레인 강에 당난다 이스라엘다 베르슨 내주디 베게 가자 세 이스라엘 가사 베슬린 사제디 나로 미 가주 소쇼르고 와다 되게 따바이나 알아서 미 수베 강에 바디 무스라
seems to be completely missing.
근데 디 내주디 용단디 조디 시랍다 아니 닝제니기 냠네디 퐁비 왕게 충분히 세우래
Send a strong message to the global community.
세상 알아서 점링기 딱 간다 지소 지용랑 알아서 문에데 지 참닝제다 시랍 딱 간다 저랍된 남자 시랍이 균댕이 미진나라 비저 체크에데 개종이 배고라 아주 거다지 예뻐도 배투그레 삼사팅도
These were all taught by the Buddha.
되게 제상다 참닝지기 냠네인다 저랍된 남자 시랍이 개종이 배고 송에디 제가 산제 좀데디 니마 간나마지 그래
There was certainly
두디 중엔 요바 침보 요바다 대남마주기 강에 침보 요바다 무기 강에 침보 요바다 된지 말에
of mankind
이나 양상교 좀 된디기
element.
지게 미 리디 초에라야 저람는 넌지기 셰라다 참닝지 냠네디 시라지 교고 침보 예바지 두디네 상교 좀 된디 식투 요래 시기래
Valid even till date.
세상 참닝지 냠네디 제 뒤기 지기 왕게고 리바메 많이 봐 뒤 간대지 기값소야 그거 요바지 차대요래
Conference from the ISF.
세상
Hence, we all know that Buddha Dhamma today is not only a part and parcel of the rich Indian culture.
상계 좀 되기 추지디 야기 나라가 루슝직 많이 봤다 대상 점을 찌를 캡이 루슝 차대요래
Much needed.
NL 하버드다 최다 마드베 라자 먹고싶 상계 추지니 주 랑교 버디 점을 찌라 펜도
And
요거
shows how
차교래
to live a life in peace,
세상 디 상계 추지 텔라 때네 소소 시대 다 아니 벤조 얘기해 봐 아니 참도 봐 어딘데 돈이 지게
the present era of scientific and
미지게당
technological
라자 먹을
advancement
기요래
has unfortunately failed to alleviate the basic sufferings
나라서
of human
추제
beings,
얘기라서 봐
that is
되게
poverty,
지용기
inequality,
점링기
and
간다
communalism. This has
강에
led to
벤조고
the fertile
강에
ground
나서다
for growth
다난다
of fundamentalism, violence, and
강에 뭐지
conflict
미를 채고
throughout
뭐지
the world.
세토요 말이
The
학바도
range
제가
of
얘기를
threats
때네
and challenges
아
the
지게
world
야
faces
지금
today
점리나 강에 뭐지
has
지금
created an
마라서
environment
파주
of fear
벤조
and
탑수라서 버디
uncertainty
내지
of life.
뭐지 친구래
Today, a
미제라
human
딱
being wakes up
답답해
in the
뭐가
morning
있나야
and
학바도
is
이제
struck by the nature
답답해
of
뭐
negativity which he may
내게 딱
face
나주디
because he
세를
is so used to negative forces acting around him. So we've come to a level where things are not
로추타 공기 듀랍데 뜸바이는 알아서 듀랍데 시라기 탑교주 샤데요
peace and harmony within
세상
us
다
and
잠니
in the
시대
environment
젠다
around us.
디게 젠다
Attention
아니
must
고유 야고
shift
중에
to issues
된다라
that help in making humans more compassionate.
알아서
It is
미르디
this
지용
that makes the
참제전도
Buddha
교주디
and the Dhamma
시라기 개좀
more
더
relevant
근데
as it
상계다
encompasses
상계 그
the
추주디
philosophy of
학법도
life,
대화 차기 그래
which is completely missing in this postmodern era of
그래서
development.
미제
If
깨당기
we glance
탑롬이
through ancient
약쇼디게
Indian history,
알아서
we find that as time passed,
경주 미제
large
깨당나
number
생겨요
of
말이야
people from all walks of life benefited from the teachings and the practice of Dhamma.
산주
During the
추즈를
3rd century
했다니
BC,
대베
Emperor Ashoka, having realized
대람니 손에 된다부터
the direct benefits from the Dhamma
냐마 최근
in his
영향이
personal life,
최근
he applied
영향이
it in
값을
good governance, and welfare of his kingdom, and ensure that the principles of Dhamma spread far and wide.
and T Chu the Gachbojic Bay and Dala Korang Tuki Tukini Zabakayore. That's Sanji choose the Butnam Mala Korea Japan.
All of it has been effort of Emperor Ashoka.
Chugan Yamegi
Values of Buddha Dhamma, which have been
Zebe, Sanji choose by Gajaton you Zebata Debe, Pentoshibu Chungure.
friends. The entire teachings of the Buddha are
Sanji Chumdegi Chugi Gobakuraya or Dunge se Tablon Chadere. Tananda Nese and it's so single new mongi Chiga Kangese, single Numata Kangese, Yundendo, Numo Mebatone, Dikipe, Lasuba, Stagi, Goshubure.
help us bring a positive change.
Chesangarazo Yundendo, Sanji, choose Nemnechene, Susu Mizi, Tega Mizi, Tonda de Boyundu Mines, Mombe, Mirab Chidoyan, Zamne Apochin, Joella Ketchbure.
Chakra Pravattana Sutta is based on the Four Noble Truths.
And Sanji, that choose Chogodige, so Zawadi, Demba Shidan, and Palaya Yellow Sobele Zamba. That the Kanda, Labasung Yamling, Consul Chasanchi, Dode,
These are valued
the Getchasan,
for today's life.
Tirzangi, Zamling Dinalola, Gogo, Shada Chadere.
Modern times is the Kalama Sutta in Anguttara Nikaya.
That
This discourse clearly shows that the Buddha was a practical thinker.
and then Kalama Sutra says that the Pagana Hamas, Dinalola, Sanji Gichidan,
Should be experienced by individuals on their own.
Gersosu Chugi, Nezu Shebetone, Nebanyebetone, and Yamnecho Gajic Songaramato, Migi, Sig Josorane, and Air Chug Yamnechio Madre, God said it in this Heruto to Mastracha area. Benatserina Lola, Nezujipa, Dembe Chebala, Michigan Yamu, Mimambu Yamu, Tumbetone, and Dembimba, Morishuana, Sanji, Chusidi, and Sosugi, Tubetendela, Yamso Landing, Nebanyebetone, and Mizina Yami, Chigure.
An erudite monk, scholar,
Nyama Rahula says Yagi, Kawanchigi,
part of a specific and disciplined form of methodology of self-cultivation.
Sherab said so when Yamne Nedu Mimbo Yuan Tandala, Kanda, Shisungsaki, Lajadu Chadiurus, Gazere.
Dhamma is being applied so effectively by Dhamma practitioners.
Tirkasan Zambuli Nalola, Tindugi, Today, artificial intelligence and that Turi Laos over in Mambonala, Chugi, Chikalabja Mambuchik, Yamse, Chigure, Shragi Abure.
Considered politics as important.
Sanji Jumde, Chapsi say the China, Kachmutsgure.
External environment,
Chidan Chapsi around Kachwa Imagine Mare.
an individual's pursuit of happiness,
The kind of me Mambuchi did do that dedicated.
parallel modern democratic thought,
Sanji choose the Manzu the Tumbata, and a mixed market like you Takanda, Tsonle and Chile Kebe with Tsonlegi, Tadu, Teta Tumba,
the International Buddhist Confederation,
or Dinachadure.
Government of India, and other like-minded organizations in India and the
Jagan Nabe Namel Henzola, so what's Mambuchigita, Sanji choose the Gajetan to Darango, Leachishi. Gejin Nambel Henzogita, Tsondu La Soba, Chige Yapazu, Kawanda, Gindu, the Gia, Jigdunia, Trilina La Soba Dindetola, Kanto de Shebushui. Chizan ends of Nichila Kibe Gang Mambo Donlet Tundala, Shujotun, Lajalin to El Kari Mikola Yanzu, Yajiga, Kotope Tunda, Lig Mambuch, Beshin. Sanji Dorna Sanji, you choose the Zambuchila, Pendoyova, Stragic. And a poogie, Miss Sanjo Competon like Straki, Penu by Imbanza.
to share our thinking,
Razu Susu, Lapcha, Kayuba, the Susu, Yamu Kayuba, Chugi, shares a Kayuba, the Chazach, Simja can't to the Jamape, Tapshan Aurana Shuain. dende ju chuwaina sanje chomden degi chuji de zamne chila khaba zamne saja khande khyap to wach chene the tula tene zamne chik di shide da dewa da demba shiwa da demba chamdu da demba ane khola dini mi dürün chobe ane che dewa da dembe khola chu de gyer rwaye shuen tamade 먼저 싱가포르 티베탄 부디스네 간데 보다 아니 라소베 초바 된다데 구리싱에 구리당에 차상로 투지 쉬와이 된다 준주 유멜람 나라 지세 남간네보다 도와 지스네 요 디지 다니네 도웨 등에 세워쇼세 데 멜람데 테에 갸도치니 제 지금 슈에지다 아니 참마 대화다 덴보쇼 산지라 차스로 슈에 투체
Thank you, Mr. Abhijit Thakur, the Director General.
아비지 타도 된데 게지 나벨 henzo기 지겹 총재라 투제셰 슈에지다
We're all gathered here today with the inspiration.
나로 섬데 좀에디 조디 지 당한 주청대 좀 뒤에기 누버로 지 카미 여다 지서 조대 겨울문제 차대래 주는 건설점 거 차대래서 제상 알아서 추 산지그 추주 미조 나조 버로라 배 트레이닝디 미스터케 좀 차래 딘데인디 디 왕게 알아서데 좀버레 디 트래시베 투즈디 갑소 진호 건설점 거 초라 아니 데 지금 디른데 운지 제고토라 아니 겨울문제 송셰 제로나 슈에이 겨울문제 송셰 나로나 슈에이 진호 건설점 거 초라 규지 침배 통네 아니 송셰 나로나스 수데슈기
편속을레시 주변고 타양저라고 보면서 멀리시시시시 세고 자기 소절로 그 샤세 다 들을 때 아니다 네 개발전 들으실래요 아니 뒤에 닝말로 차대요래 이내다 사지 선전대기 최지 사실 무춘이 도서 스시로 초대하지 저도와 뒤에 선전대기 송디 tumnum되고 추임이 주신 저동의 사게 메살라 이게 똑같이나 보면 주인이 때부터 저어주선 선전대기 denshiko나 마 수능도 전에 딱 간다 아니 디두스야디 다 랑게 지다 가서 시가다 주 신심하려고 지기 주야 뭐송체 아니 저 아니 머리에 상황도 따네 아니 차세기 지금 더버 참고해야다 지금 차단 걸로 해야 돼서 저기 용되게 요래 사들이 인디 점점되게 나란저다 심정기 지기 랭에 용돼야 돼 점점되게 취파 주는 다야 말이스 나란저 소소한 게다 상위 하고다니 셔고야 돼 세리 투버리샤 뭐는 수지 사들이 인도 나란 사마로기 다 셔를 잡아 연애를 매내를 가다 아다 디고시야 메시지 겨우서 서버지 랑게 쓰는 용서도 닌지 산제 답에서 되지 최캐라네를 말하네를 출로 가리네 다 가다 소소면에 지금 디벨레 저전에 패저에네 차도 지금 소소하게 이 습을 준비 전에 간다 털도 랑이랑 퐁어샤시 저기도 봐 그러나 다 된저게네 디벨레 미시브 아니 그래서 투도 기타 계획에 세디에 가다 나도 통주기 아니 가서 서버 상고지 기타네 현의 팬심체 현의 팬들주야 현의 동에서야 다들 소르샤 심전대기 추기 꼭 인구로디 현의 팬들주야지 너버 메시아 다들이 엔다디 시 최캐라네 최캐만하네 지나도 사mol로기 시 밀 샹레야 너버 마시오셰 샹라 그저 투두가 판다 디추나 소소의 셈기와 에 차단게 레시라 마사바셰 시기나 셈기 시디 런식이 용대하지기 셈기 시디디기 아니 류기 최대 나라도 넘지 치루도 쓰기어데 꼭 간다 셈기 시디 야오 정원이나 대를 하게 치루 야마리 셈控制 상황도 다 아니 대사의 상황도 다니 신부이나 아니 지 수수대지기 칸드게저로修제위네 더그지기 너버트야 가고르도가 다 조조 심기 두어셔야 돼 뺏겨시 버리셔 저서 안에 시작이 산지심된 대기 디고치 주야다 아니 나나들이야 왜 겨서라나 소리 요 말이 나나들 다 심된 대기 지 디군 기주를 람드나셔티 아주 토망야를 쉐버셰 아니 바로도 되라 양나양도 상무당 그다 롱le 송거에서야기 지금 롱le 겹쳐 지고 뭐이고 롱le 송셔버 되라 여소서 리베도 쉐버셰 상무당나 아니 소소 냠냠 도네 고코야 요래라 저불링이 지용 도리네 시안한다바잖아 간다 랑샤 상화로 풍대야 지금 이거여 나라도 통실을 해도 되리 사들이 이제서는 좀 된대기 교전제우 선송자디 백개셔 버리셔 아니 랑이기 아니 동해기 주 소소 그게 사셔 동해기 주 줍스베체라 동해윤도 애니 콩주체 시 샹레야 애니 극지샤서 들으다 가서 영대기도 봐 자상가 다 개체식 안에도 소소 심기 뭐냐 전에게다 시두용해야지 다디 애니 럽치서는 샤나네 랑셰데네 저주체 저주스는 깨버지서 다디 레샤 뭐냐 전에게 랑도 주야이네 샤주고 섬감다 들라가 야마리 샹도 주야이네 샤주고 섬감 들라가지 야마리 자상가 애네 샤주 속에 숨는 깨지네 심장 탐자 다게 런도 니르스르디 배 슉셔부도가 디 심제 게 나로리아 동해메데보다 대원데보 고고는 송고식을 애니 디이니 디이니 동해리아 대상그 토나마치야 아니 진짜그 토나 랑쇼도 현실사서 저디 이기도 와 자사 랑샤 되는 로로지 자주스는 깨버리기 있어다디 배 식들 내버 쳐버리셔 자주석 가
세바 교르고래 인지나로 교르고래 세바다네 덴지 세바 교르고래 교리야 돼.
So, first of all, I pay homage to the Buddha, to his body, speech, and mind. And then, to begin with, we are gathered here in this sacred place where Buddha Shakyamuni attained enlightenment. And so, regarding the time that we are in today, we are in a degenerate age. decadent age. Despite that, the Buddha Dharma is shining forth all around the world. And so the teaching of the Buddha, in essence, is what the Buddha himself has stated. The Buddhas do not, the sages do not wash away the sins of sentient beings. They do not remove the suffering of sentient beings with their hands, nor do they transpose their own realization into other beings, but by showing the truth of the reality of truth, he helps beings to liberate, to become liberated. And so, and then the Buddha's, because of that, what the Buddha is saying is that the suffering that we experience is something that the Buddha cannot remove by his hands, nor the causes of suffering, which are the sins, can be washed away with water. But how do we actually create suffering in ourselves and others is due to our own negative emotions. And so because of that, we need to understand that because of our ignorance, we are creating negative karmas. And because of that, we suffer. And therefore, the teaching talks about causality, law of causality itself, which is quite scientific as well. And then the essence of the Buddha's teaching also is stated in this verse, where the Buddha says, do not do any evil, cultivate a wealth of virtue, and tame your mind completely. This is the teaching of the Buddhas. And so whether you are a believer or not in a religion doesn't matter. What is important for us to do is to avoid doing bad actions, bad karmas. And because bad karmas not only harm others, but it's also a cause of ruin to oneself as well. And therefore, what the Buddha has told us to practice is that of virtue. And so cultivating a wealth of virtue with a good heart, if you do that, then you will have the positive consequences of that. And so the most important teaching of the Buddha, in essence, is to be of benefit to others rather than harming them. And so this does not only confine to people following religion, but also non-believers can do that. And so we should do our best to help other sentient beings, to benefit other sentient beings, rather than harming them. And so by doing that, what you actually gain is peace of mind within yourself through the practice of virtue and avoiding non-virtuous actions. And so with that, what happens is, with the peace of mind, you also are experience physical health as well. So as a consequence of your peace of mind. And what we usually do is, out of anger, attachment, and all these negative emotions, we try to do all kinds of bad things. But that's not what we should do. Even if you may do some prayers, if you are angry, if you are in a state of anger, it doesn't really help. Your prayers will not help. And therefore, what the Dharma, in essence, is to, what we should do in terms of the Dharma is to first study the Dharma well, and then whatever you have studied, you should reflect on them, and using reasons and logic and so forth, and then apply the teaching within yourself. And we should not just follow the teaching blindly, just resorting to scriptural authority without using our mind and brain. And therefore, what we can see in the world today, if you look around, is that we suffer as a consequence of our bad actions. And so negative actions must be avoided, and we should not create bad karma, because bad karma brings suffering to ourselves and others. And so, in terms of the practice of the Dharma, in broadly thinking, what you should try to do is to cultivate altruistic attitude, the spirit of enlightenment or awakening, which is bodhicitta. As we say the prayer, in order to fulfill the goals or interests of oneself and others, may I generate bodhicitta. And also, having generated this supreme state of mind, or called altruism, the bodhicitta, may I call upon all sentient beings as my guests to the feast of the enlightenment. And so, just as we pray like that, we should always try to be kind to others, be beneficial, be of help to others, rather than harming them. Nice.
Jason. 차로. 아니 장주 초기 심내 기기네 심전 탐제 다근 전도 녀를 슬럽디다 슉슉슉슉도 와. 심전 탐제 칸에 샤바서도 마세베 지금 난게 태도고 심전 상물로 랑기 즉 편도셔서다 샴대 슈세 아니 전주 조인 삼보시 랑신 되네 러브 전주 초기 심내 기기네 심전 탐제 다근 전도 녀 다디 가슴 측서 뭐니 뭐 청주 최초 영원 제벌 예스 청주 선배 줘봐 런기민지 퍼진주 현기민지 가서 퍼진주도 아니 도시사로 드스테디 아니 모도라 샹의 팬들 주변에 체도 미니 디리 냠는 지야지 지기는 수수 초사야다 저장야다 제 뭐서 수수 강도에서 사자들이야 지 디기용야 카이라요시 땡데르샤 사들이 인도 장주고 심스다디 뱀모습에다 판도 셔보 유도버지르샤
As we say this prayer, may I, having generated this supreme mind of bodhicitta, may I call upon all sentient beings as my guests. And so this is a very powerful prayer, a powerful practice as well. It's not just in words that we are saying this, but we actually think of serving all sentient beings without any exception. And so all sentient beings are the ones to whom we give service. We serve them is what we aim to do. And therefore, it is a very powerful practice. And with regard to the practice of bodhisattvas, we have the 6 paramitas, the perfections, and also the 4 ways of attracting disciples. And so if you do these practices, the 6 paramitas of perfections and the 4 ways of attracting disciples, by focusing your mind on serving other sentient beings, what happens is you also accrue merit and wisdom, as well as wherever you are, the place that you reside in also becomes a very peaceful place. And so in this way, we are able to help all beings around us through this kind of practice.
그래서 자상가 지금 샴페인 전주 무슨 시대에 거로 상당히 다 소소 고수군 내가 가려버디 샹도 샹 판도 해야지 삼바지 상무시계 인도 심슈르되네 지금 생나로리야 소소소소 지금 당초를 시켜제 아니 딘데기 심슈타네 치시 나간 내봐도 저 치시 내주고 티시 다는 내주는 저동에 서울쇼사 또 쉬우지 누가 쳐버려도 와 다데 뭐 저주 삼바다 데 지修行 인도 쓰기매디 다 장주고 생각 상무修行 게 다 되게 뭐냐 전에 그 심수 차야 켜는 누가 애네 심자 3월로 년도 대셔지기 그러나 변하러라 강에 먹고 차니 드리 용기할 때 뒤에 3월로 그 니지계약이 규기는 집은 뭐도 지금 가서를 배고 콩으로 쌓여서 우리 켜내면도 서다 자주 쓰다 되게 뭐냐 전에 차도 심 혈 심기와 심기에 단에 류기 중어디디 념체 뭐도 전에 아주 치주사디 약수디 자주 쓰면 거나 치주 약수를 샤 심 혈을 차대디 중어디디 커념 에너지 지금 롱파리아가 서로 차시 파리아가 섬지 견내면 누가 쉬우지 야오르샤 세상 알아서다 별이야 에네 지미 최저 성사가 몇 거든에 제 메다 가서리 자사다 총석해 버리되 이내 소소 부이지 에네 수두스 에네 되네 켄지 쉬어서 별 회배 거들이야 지나서 부이 수두도 왔어 다 빨리라고 하면도 레자라고 하면도 지나서 부이랑 그 돈에 에네 슝디수 교르체 에네 태성 공송 냠는 지기나 야오 연구를 해서네 가당 가서 부이 나눠려야 근주 땡주 디디다 자하게 빨리다 레자나를 예대로서 교셔 차대야리 뭔지 벽이 최제서 거리성무당도가 땅 안에서 안된 매력되기 뒤수 년장 되듯이 갈리잖아요 안서 벽이 산재 외쳐던 리슌디 무튼이 야고지 심투나 더리께서 소수 셈기와 미몽글리 편타지기 에네 김제 현실이야 더리께서 뭐고 얇게 전부 친세 에네 뭐고 얇게 장장을 타라 미소 다 이단 체대로 서로 적도가 사다 들으시 거도데 가다에네 심기 시디야지기 심기 시디야 생에디 너는 저때 버시고 게 하메데와 소소표가 로장네 애니 심기 시디지 용투야지기 된거에 내서와 사들이 인정 가나서 데이터 처저 상원로 그저 도둑이 심뒤야지기 샴배 자주 쓰고 돌아 심슈로 깨니 지기나 차도 심기와 애니 류대오 애니 처르는 처럼 자주 심기 네외 애니 단적을 류된 상보 탐니 애니 타르에니 뭐뭐서 상게 돼야지 야 이거 인도 대 자주 심시다 쉬우셔 사셔버리셔 사들이 인도 나랑만의 샤샤네 자주 심 고미야 대베 쉬우셔 개셔볼 수 있어 지기에 그 편도에 쉬우셔도 산 사모로에니 토르장 애는 저분이 되가라 지 최대 명예의 미지네 서버 상구체 샤는 너버 마셔체 수르이네 벽에 판다야지기 된대지 지하주 좋나 점니 시디스야디 디산의 연구를 애는 알아서 거네 밀리터버 더다 되버지기 연구를 밀리터네 땡 상부 되지 이거를 애네 차단게 샤와도 다나 심 겨울이셔. 어다 그저 도둑이 나서 자주고 심 안에 공부시 대인에 가서 투도 그게 가서 그래. 소소 신규 장주고 선파도 시기 제도야 시기. 나래 냠네 디치기에 처로서로 대 대대지 중통나 디판도도가 카열라열이샤 청주서가 쓰면 계제는 쓰면 탐제 다근정도니 청주 최소 이용 잡을지 졸업해서 사제로로 쇼스 나래 자주 쓰면 하나님 인생 뒤로도 자주 쓰면 공부하래 다 애네 동리 다와요 그러 즉 이 가서로 서로 풀리기도 와 자다 다 안듯이 가려야 제 강에 여대버디 심스지고 신의 사리 야마리 근데 인도 저람 연전은 라도 가고로도 못하시 세다가라야 사람 저도야 저기 섬리야 뽑아다 이지실기도 와 뭐냐 자네게 배 애네 미스 탄다 되버지고 요리 아니 샤네 이네 판도샤시기
So, since the time of Songtsen Gampo, during the time of Songtsen Gampo, indeed, the Tibetan king, Songtsen Gampo, in the 7th century, what happened was the new Tibetan script was devised, a writing system was devised. And because of that, when in the 8th century, Master Shantarakshita came to Tibet, he was quite impressed with the Tibetan language, and he actually told the Tibetans that you do not have to resort to either Sanskrit or Pali to study and reflect and meditate on the Dhamma, but you could translate the texts that are in Sanskrit and other languages into Tibetan for your study and practice of the Dharma. And therefore, we should feel proud as Tibetans. We should be proud of what we have as translations of the Kanjur and Tenjur literature that is in Tibetan. And so if we could preserve it well as Tibetans, it doesn't help only us, Tibetans alone, but it will be of great contribution to the well-being of the world at large. And therefore, what we see today in the world is that there has been so much materialistic kind of development around the world, and people seem to be fed up with this kind of lifestyle. And therefore, at such a time, what we can do is use the Dharma, the teaching that we have, the tradition of the Buddha Dharma that we have to serve the world at large. And if all of us could cultivate this altruistic attitude or intention of bodhicitta within ourselves, in terms of helping and serving the world at large, then what we can actually experience is a good physical health as a result of our practice of bodhicitta, and you feel joyful at heart, and then not only in this life you'll have these benefits, but also throughout your lifetimes, life after life, you'll be able to continue with this practice of bodhicitta. And then finally, of course, we reach that of bodhicitta, Buddhahood, sorry. And therefore, the bodhicitta is very precious practice, and I find it very helpful for myself. Through this practice of bodhicitta, I feel good health myself and feel relaxed and so forth. And therefore, I ask you to keep this in mind and not ever think of harming or hurting other sentient beings, but always think of benefiting them. And so if we do that, if all of us practice bodhicitta, this altruistic intention to become a Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings, in the end, what we can also expect is a world peace in the world as well. And so in this way, having found a human life now you will be able to make this life a meaningful one as well. And so, otherwise, if you have to waste your life through your negative emotions by being attached or becoming angry and jealous and so forth, it's quite sad. And so we should try to practice bodhicitta. I myself find the practical use and benefit of it. And so as I practice bodhicitta, as well as cultivate this wisdom of emptiness, I find these very beneficial to myself. And so from my own experience, I can tell that it will be beneficial for you as well if you cultivate and could develop bodhicitta and the view of emptiness within yourself. Of course, in my case, I lack this samadhi, single-pointed concentration. Otherwise, I could expect to be, making great strides. And so, whatever practice I have been able to do and cultivate and develop bodhicitta and the view of emptiness that I have been able to do, I feel also quite proud. And so, also through this practice of bodhicitta, what happens is you're able to build inner strength within yourself, and that also gives self-confidence. And therefore, through this practice, what you can actually also pray is to do this kind of prayer, which says, as long as space endures, as long as sentient beings remain, may I too remain to serve, to elevate the suffering of all these sentient beings as well. And so in this way, I wish to ask you to keep this teaching on bodhicitta in your mind.
나도 능주 싫은 나라리야 수야데 대하다 가데 바라 삼거데 부디 있어서 디 따다 지갈레 라랭게 돼야지 장주섬 숙천보지 요한데도 아니 오만주보 때 사오시로 때 저기잖아요. 아니 동네기 따와대 거로서 레임기 된저지기 도안에 아니 리베기야 사람 저도야지 배시 녀디 로자데 카유 라유기 로지 배치 저기 안 장사원로 아니 공부시쇼.
So we find this mantra in the Heart Sutra, Tatyatha Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhiswaha. What this mantra refers to is the five-tiered path that culminates in Buddhahood. And so regarding the practice of bodhicitta and the view of emptiness, I feel that I have quite a strong experience of bodhicitta within myself, and also by relying on texts such as Mula Madhyamaka Karika and Madhyamaka Avatara and so forth. These texts on Madhyamaka, I feel that I have quite a strong experience of the view of emptiness as well. And so what I'm trying to say is that you should also cultivate bodhicitta and the view of emptiness, the correct view of emptiness based on these classic texts, and so that you'll be also able to have the same kind of experience yourself.
Oh yeah. 다들 지 샹레야 냠네 뜻이 저거서잖아요. 그냥 말에 냠네 뜻이 예대버지 거르마도 소소 냠네 가게 매실자 아니 밀리야 뜻이 저거서는 판독해면도가 상에 자주 그으면 냠네 쳐도 동이 그다와 냠네 쳐야지 저게 람바네 송지 딱와 상단대요. 뒤석이 소사 집중 요구하라 시 간다다 스럽네 가서를 깨내 상보지기 shandun mutini kachabo yongtoyashigi. And Madam Dor doing this and shisin nanga never done draw shisin najo, tisitan and agune, draw dung and sour shaw, sir. What are the any simshish game good one?
So in order to share one's experience with others, of course, one has to have the experience oneself. And therefore, with regards to the practice of bodhicitta and the view of emptiness, I myself do this practice of these principles on a daily basis, right from the beginning of the day. In the morning when I wake up, I contemplate bodhicitta and the view of emptiness. And through this, what happens is that I am able to collect and accumulate merit and wisdom myself, as well as purify negativities from within my mind stream. And so because of that, I'll be able to tread along the path, go to the higher experiences, and my experience will increase and develop further and further and culminate in bodhicitta. And therefore, I make this prayer as well, in the service of others, by intending to serve others, as long as space remains, as long as space endures, as long as sentient beings remain, may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. And so in this way, we should carry on with our daily life for the benefit of others.
다 간다 제 랑 심규 되 토네 샤네 예네고 무슈 교수네 판도 연퇴하시도가 랑 심 모두 샤네 판다스게디 지금 저면 서로 차르하시 되게 인도 저주가 생명냠네 셔야돼 빼 개심부리 대처로 상황으로 공부장 아니 신디자 마세베 지신나가 마세가 팔이야 제공에 전에게 샴베도 사바시기 심슈기야디 로장나 용도가 나디 도면에 제가 아무도 보고 저래 애는 리베리베기 배석으로 시대 애들은 저주고 서로 상목으로 스타인데 서로 서로한테 실내 용도가 사실이 인도 창상으로기 가다 저주고 셈다 다 동력이 따라야 그저 투두기 공부하고 쉬셔 어다데 때배 샴디들이 그러다 샤나 판도시야디 디선의 요구리 셰샤나 쉬하게면도 상으로 어떻게 되시아이
And so, if you wish to serve others, if you wish to help and benefit others, what you should be able to do is, first of all, discipline your mind, control your mind, and tame your mind. And so, without being able to do that, there's no way you can, serve others well. And therefore, in the practice of the Dharma, bodhicitta and the view of emptiness becomes very crucial. And so I wish to ask my Dharma friends to keep this in mind and understand that, it's not only for this life alone that you will be able to benefit yourself and others, but throughout your lifetimes in the future as well. You should have think of a long-term project to bring happiness and well-being to other sentient beings in the future lives as well. So I am someone from the northeastern part of Tibet, Amdo region, born there, and then I came to the central Tibet and then pursued my study of the Dharma. And through having done my studies, I also contemplated and meditated on the principles of the Dharma. And because of having spent so much time for many decades, and I can feel the consequence or the effect of the Dharma in terms of bodhicitta and the view of emptiness within myself. And so because of that, I'm able to share this experience with you. And so I urge my Dharma friends, brothers and sisters, to also contemplate the bodhicitta and the view of emptiness as much as you can, to the best of your ability. And so if you are able to do that, then you will not only help yourself, but also in this life, but also you benefit yourself in the future as well. And it will be also a service to the Dharma as well as a service to sentient beings.
And Zambulin Digangi, Chikapali, Chuju, the Legshag, Chuju, the Ramada Yoradi, in it, that someone input the Trisha, Chanju, some Komia, the Sorisha. And then Nag and Yamnish, Chico, the Ine, Nag, Hakom, Nan, the Sha, Catchable, the Chanju, some manner, and Dashumaya, Rudurkis, and so on, and Nag, Shivitan, the Ne, the 동질기야 그래서 뭐도 이 시합한도 개미도가 또 장주고 좀 고민하지 쉬우지 계속으로 나랑원에 샤샤네 장주고 좀 고민이 저 냥냥이 거를래대 열라 저 카이 라요게 판도도.
So, of course, we have the Pali and the Sanskrit Buddhist traditions, but the essence of both the traditions is the practice of altruism, bodhicitta. Without bodhicitta, even if you may do a recitation of mantras over many times over, it will not help. In fact, there is saying that through the recitation of, so much in the recitation of the mantras, you could, without having this altruistic attitude to benefit others, you may be born as ghosts. And so what use is that then? And therefore, the most important practice that we should focus on is this bodhicitta.
Thank you very much, Your Holiness, for your most insightful lessons on how to develop a more resilient mind through the application of warm-heartedness and bodhicitta.
Thank you, Your Holiness. And as we have so many distinguished guests today, so now we would like to invite Venerable Rujin, the Abbot of Bliss and Wisdom Monastic Community from Taiwan, to give a 5-minute greeting to our gatherings here. So please, Venerable Rujin.
三界导师，人天一护，尊贵的观音尊者，还有来自世界各国的佛教领袖、僧前，以及居士大德们，大家吉祥，扎西德。观音尊者，达赖喇嘛倡导宗教和谐。就佛教而言，本师释迦牟尼佛舍弃王位，出家修行，为人类离苦得乐，找到一条真正解脱之路。 我们都是佛陀的弟子，因此不管是巴利语系或梵文语系佛教徒，特别是出家人，能够相互交流、了解，乃至互相欣赏、学习，则全球佛教徒可以团结一致，进一步积极发挥促进宗教和谐、世界和平的功效。如今瘟疫流行、战乱频仍，各种灾难不断，许多众生在痛苦之中挣扎。有一些战争是因为宗教因素，有一些是因为地缘政治，还有各种贫穷、灾难，是因为温室效应引起的气候变迁所致。在这样的时刻，除了探讨佛教戒定慧三学的教义，也讨论佛法在当今社会相关性，还有应用，以及佛教智慧、空性在当今世界的实际意义。这样的论坛非常有意义，在此代表台湾佛教徒感谢大悲观音尊者的倡导，以及主办单位的发心，庆祝论坛圆满成功，谢谢。
Thank you, Venerable Rujing. We now have Pra Dam Bodhivong, Chief Abbot of the Royal Thai Monastery, Bodh Gaya, Bihar, to present the greetings.
Kembozo, Pra Dam Bodhivong, Kong de Tsambri Sunje Naga, Kong de Tsambri Sunje Naga, Chu Nara Shui.
โมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะขอกราบนมัสการ
จิโนคนไซกิมุจโจลาสัมฤทธิ์นะ
องค์ตถาธรรมที่14และคณะพระภิกษุสงฆ์คณะภิกษุณีไม่ชีนักบวชพร้อมด้วยแขกมีเกียรติทุกท่านจากทั่วทุกมุมของโลกว่าไทยพุทธคยาขอน้อมต้อนรับทุกท่านสู่แดนพุทธภูมิในการสัมมนาเวทีสังฆนานาชาติที่พุทธคยาพุทธศักราช 2566 นี้ซึ่งมีความสำคัญและมีโอกาสอันดีในการเสวนาในการที่จะเสวนาแลกเปลี่ยนทางวัฒนธรรมรวมถึงวิถีแห่งพุทธในระดับนานาชาติอันจะทำให้เกิดความเข้าใจและเป็นการเผยแผ่คำสอนของพุทธศาสนาให้กว้างไกลออกไปขอเจริญพรทีมงานคณะผู้จัดการในการประชุมในครั้งนี้แต่ขอให้งานสัมมนาประสบความสำเร็จดังความตั้งใจของเจ้าประคุณองค์ธรรมะที่14สืบต่อไปขอบพระคุณครับ
배신 다가라 투비스를 쇼리 찍으시면 도
Thank you, Prabhupada Dhamma Bodhivong, the chief abbot of the Royal Thai Monastery of Bodh. Next, I would like to invite Venerable Khenpo Sonam Bumden, the Chief of Research and Translation Office of J. Khenpo Bhutan, to give his greetings to you.
J. Khenpo Kutsap, Khenpo Sonam Bumden, Chola de Sunjinanga, Peruna Shueni.
Your Holiness, the great 14th Dalai Lama, respected venerables, Sangha members, Honorable Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, distinguished guests, and my Dharma brothers and sisters, it is an honor for me to represent His Holiness, the 70th J. Khenpo, Tuku Jigme Chodrak, the Supreme Spiritual Abbot of Bhutan, in this very prestigious International Sangha Forum, preaching traditions, embracing modernity, a dialogue on the Buddha's teachings in today's world. I take this opportunity to convey His Holiness the J. Khenpo's warm greetings to all of you gathered here. And if I may share a prayer that the J. Khenpo composed, a prayer called Rime Yongzogi Temba Jebi Monlam, a prayer for the flourishment of the complete non-sectarian teachings of the Buddha. I quote, Jinye Chutsul Namang Tadechang Tamche Shilam Debui Ngor Chik Gelwi Temba Darge Yune Shok Kangyang Dongak Chutsul Tayeshi Silne Tesam Gomla Jorwa Sok Sangye Druvi Tabla Rochikpa Yongzok Temba Darge Yuneshok Temba Rinchin Yundu Nebi Tu Nemuk Tsungi Jikpa Rapshine Deki Zogdin Sarbi Gatin La Rawa Chubi Dule Yulme Show. Unquote. And now, if I may translate, although there are many diverse traditions of teachings, they are of single essence with regard to the foundation, path, and fruition. May the diverse tradition of teachings of the Buddha ever last. Infinite are the sutra and tantric teachings. Yet, they all guide individuals to hearing, contemplation, meditation, and so forth. In terms of the techniques to accomplish the completely awakened Buddhahood, they are of one taste. By the power of the continued flourishing of the diverse traditions, teachings of the Buddha, may all fears of diseases, famine, and war be completely pacified. May all beings be blessed with prosperity, peace, and perfect happiness. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kempo Sonam Bumdenla. Now we have the greetings by Priya Idimuni Mong Sang, the president of the Cambodian Buddhist Monk Society, USA.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. I would like to respect His Holiness Dalai Lama. I would like to respect High Honest Venerable Mahasangha from any countries in the world, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Obasak Obasika, on behalf of the Cambodian Mahasangha and the Cambodian Buddhist monk in USA that consists of 142 temples and Cambodian Buddhist temple in Kingdom of Cambodia, about 6,000 temples. I am very honored and delighted to participate in this very auspicious to pay my utmost respect to His Holiness Dalai Lama and all venerable Mahasangha from all around the world. This year's 18th International Tibetan Chanting ceremony organized by Cambodian Mahasangha has just finished successfully. We opened the very first page of Vinaya's Pedikas for our chanting this year and all the year. Today we come together to the discussion about Vinayas that is so wonderful for Buddhism and all Buddhist leaders around the world to bring awareness and their respective followers. I do believe that the unity of Sangha today will share more light and wisdom to empower the practice of Buddhism around the world. We unite in harmony with all Sangha, regardless of Nikayas, as the children of the Buddha. Thought we may chant to different language, but the voice of Dhamma is only one and for all. On behalf of Cambodian Mahasangha, I would like to pray for peace and especially for the great health and long life for His Holiness Dalai Lama. Be blessed by the power of the Fortune Buddha and Dhamma Sangha. I wish everyone and by the power of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha bless all venerable Mahasangha and ladies and gentlemen. You have for blessing, longevity, health, strength, and happiness. Anamodana.
Thank you, Pra Indamuni Mengsong, the president of the Cambodian Monk Society of USA. Next, we have a message from His Eminence Kenpo Nomun Han,
Kenpo Nomun Han Kong Geshe Jizun
the abbot of Ganden
Ganden
Monastery from Mongolia, and the message will be read by Venerable Bat Chulan Mukbata as a representative of the abbot of the Ganden Tenshekling Monastery.
Ganden Tenshekling Gombe Gombane tenda Kenpo Nomun Khan Geshe
Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. In the noble presence of Your Holiness, Your Eminences, Mahasanghas, Honorable Shri Pema Khandu, and brothers and sisters, I'm privileged to read out the congratulatory message from Hambanamo Han Gishil Haramba The letter begins here. To the organizing committee of the International Sangha Forum 2023 Dear highly respected organizing committee members, on this very auspicious occasion of the event, International Sangha Forum 2023 Bodh Gaya, I am truly privileged to extend my heartiest congratulations on your astonishing initiative to bring international Buddhist leaders and Mahasanghas together for the promotion of the potential collaboration between the three major Buddhist traditions derived from the Sanskrit and Pali traditions. I believe that this International Sangha Forum 2023 Bodh Gaya, blessed by His Holiness, the emanation of Avalokiteshvara, the root guru, will definitely serve as an international platform for promoting and strengthening collaborations among global Buddhists. Also, I am happy to learn that
the Sanjegi Chuzi Chidan, Duet Tembadi, Minyam Junzu Tolayan, Troling Nanjumbre. Te Kala, Turinisa with Nambachigi, Zamnichila Pambi, Gang Karyume Kolaya, Troling Hubanangre. Geji Ranchin, Sondu Dit, Tola, Sungsheba Tsugi, Sungshiba Kibe Kawanda, Nyamshibo Mambujik. Tapali dan lecture tananda lecture ge ngagi chuzi desungi genduba de songshe gyachbandangre tendendu de kiran chazangi lasamnamda tone sanje temba zungyon nawata ensimje la jig pembe chawa khante chambala ane tuji che shuwe chikta tuji shuwe ins odirisha da koran tsendi zhozhan shugudu da di sobeke nanrisha
Thank you very much, Venerable Batcholum Mukbatar, for reading the message of Khenpo Nomun Han Geshe Jezun Dorje. Next, we have the greetings by Aga Mahapandita, Venerable Kumdin Nya, Deputy Sangharaja of Myanmar,
Myanmar tena Burma gi Sangharaja ta konaso lajen shombatri.
Gao Domula Jadi, Tangado Shindumiamia, Poesy Didima, Tawishi Bogumia,
Sungyu Yamdo
Edidomia, Alogo, Bengalava, Lo, Uzabdama, no
Barmeke no
Consata
Sungudu.
Abadi.
Tinjid Mimbra.
Very members of Sangha.
The Gudu Dechimbotan and Kundu Nambatan.
Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma.
Choro Pomo
First of
Chazan La
all,
Shuela.
I would like to express by greeting
Sangmala,
Myanmar. Mingalaba means auspicious to all of you.
Sangmala Tashiba Chunga shows, she had some to show.
Nangadidima, Gao Domula Jadi, Piashi, Dado, Dmido Miago, Buddha Nyaza, Bueno Muya, Buddha Gaya, Mimiam Hawe, Jima Bulodi, Nangadaga, Tanga, Siweji Nine, the Su the Wedi, Sonzo Nini, Fuduya, Yiranzo, the Madame Yamanangando, Tangaro Miai, Guza, Nipsin Yo, the Vido Goda Nipsin Ba, Aya, Wanda, Shila Ba Jong, Georgia Lubadi.
And also personally would like to express my heartfelt appreciation as well as to convey the appreciation of Sangha community from Myanmar for witnessing such a great congregation of sons and daughters of the Buddha from the different Asian countries.
Sondu de Regi,
Pemne, Buddha, Shiashi, Dado, the Midomia, Nipsin, Duni Jabadi.
We are the one in terms of being sons and daughters of the Buddha, though we are different in terms of appearance.
Chi Nazung Azumatawe, not Sama, Sanjigi Jenju, the Rigi Puda Rigi, Chadere.
Quebia Musinia Dole, Neighbor Dihudo, Yimanja Bandaindo, Yao Ludo, Sandaga, Duni Jabadi.
We share the same goal to attain Nibbana. And Sanskrit traditions.
Paligi, choosing Metawarema, you did Tabu
Buddha e Dado, the Mido Miadi, Buddha Nyazwa, Dadano Miaji, a she the pin, she being bien bois. Do the Bazian, a changing, Nini Nuno, Swinu Damien, Pia Mi, who, Yonji Bajam, Georgia Yen. Vido e no concept, Zagago, Nikon Cho Abadipia, Kusay Nepia, Jama, Chana Javasi.
Therefore, I would like to conclude my greeting by expressing my deeply held belief that sons and daughters of the Buddha international Sangha Forum will harmoniously discuss and find a common answer for the promotion and
provision Gedi Yurine Tola Shabdi Shutedan and Simjatamje Devata Tembo shows Menumchi Tujiche.
Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Shajin Lama.
Shajin Lama Geshe Lobsan Churas.
The head Lama of the
Kalmik Russia Kongi Kalmiki
Judin
Kalmiki Lajin Russia Kondi Sunshinaga Samji Sunshinaga Peruna Shui
Borsen Hort Murgmu Mendit Quinta Talайбахши уважаемые специальные приглашенные, также участники форума.
I take refuge in the Buddha.
Sanje la gyabsu chi, shula gyabsu chi, gundula gyabsu chi.
Honorable Your Holiness the Dalai Lama,
Jino khonsa yengwa jimbo chokta,
delegates participating here
de nawe kundre namba,
Sangha Forum,
I
would like to convey
kundre namba dan de soja chazan la ngayungni samdi shueyi.
В этом прекрасном месте проводится такой большой форум с очень важным, значимой темой. Традиционно, например, калмыки изучают санскритскую традицию в тибетских монастырях. Это традиционно калмыки издревле, например, в частности, изучали глубоко философию буддизма в монастырях, в прекрасном монастыре Палден-де-Бунгаман.
On this extraordinary gathering
Tiri
of various traditions,
Jiglu mambe wiki dunzom khabar chen dindre chi gi tingdu
part of this forum.
Ngarande yong to de shtaki kewa samchung
Republic have a very deep
logyu chachana kalmi gi yulong di
with the Sanskrit tradition,
lekja gi chuju da chugyu da shiragi jige logyu rungu yowachi so pyoju na de da logyu rungu yowachi chadere pyoju na de da de logyu rungu yowachi chadere.
У нас появляется возможность знакомиться с палийской традицией, в частности, приглашаем ученых монахов из Шри-Ланки, которые проводят у нас практические занятия буддизма.
In modern day times, we have had the honor of inviting monks from the Pali tradition to Republic of Kalmykia.
Kalmykia nalong tikasang ju Pali gi chuzu kola tamshe da ane chondu da dinde tola dinde shue ko kama muchungso.
Хотел бы пожелать крепкого здоровья и долгих лет жизни его святейшеству Далай-Ламе XIV и также всем участникам форума плодотворной работы. Спасибо за внимание.
On behalf of all Buddhists of Russia,
Russia
like to
yube
convey our hardest and best wishes to the long life of His Holiness the
Chino
Dalai
khosang
Lama,
chumbala
as well as
kuzu
to
yurun
all
de tembada
delegate
ane
members who
kuzu
are gathered
yurun
here
de
for this
tende
auspicious
kuzu
occasion.
cheshe yabo yube
I
ton yurun de
sincerely
tengi
thank you, and
ane
it's an honor for me
rewada
to
minu
be
shugu
present here today.
ene ngara de chondu de jila de jaya kogap chungwana shirage gewasam yin shuayin tuji she.
Thank you very much, Venerable Shejin Lama, Geshe Lobsang Chöda, for your wonderful speech. And now may I request Venerable Trin Ming Zen, representing Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha, to give his greetings.
Vietnam gi gundugi de chungye gi tenda Trin Ming karin chiksungu do tsenti konde chungnaran o ta gelong bata on.
Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.
Buddha
always inside that everything is always changing, impermanence, non-self, unsatisfactory. I would, first of all, I would like all of us to practice meditation. 1 minute to share our past loving kindness for all human beings all over the world.
Zamling samje chazang be chamji ji gom kama jigring gyoro na shuen samji jigla mebe chamji gomji kama jigring gyoro na shuen.
Thank you for all your practice. We respected Holiness Dalai Lama, Venerable participants, all Buddhist monks, nuns,
gindu
Zuma I present a more venerable technical Vietnam Buddhist University Vietnam Vice President Vietnam Buddhist Sangha at Ho Chi Minh City Vice President International Conference
데 코로나 베트남 초밥 가제지 명등도 코로나 인지라다 백하고 그래서 콘서 상매 삽시니
Buddhist compass navigation morality and spiritually with reset the Buddha always emphasized that reset is the basic teachings of Buddha. If we don't have a reset, we can have the wisdom to be a long life in this life. That we say, practice reset is the basic teachings of Buddha. That especially, like Buddhists, we have practiced. We could have 240 reset.
알레오 다 두베기 라바데 케춘고 임보고 간다 두베 라바 냠네 하고 좀 매와이나 산지기도 뭐 증거배도 시 탑람 요 말이스 그래서 다디 게롱다 게롱 파마니기 동바디 니야 게롱마들이 숨자 십십든스
311 Theravada among others. This reset foster
the Theravada de la Sumja
to focus
rapid
their relegation transcension time offering endurance guidance to ethical conducts.
The Katsuring Yamnedi
this reset we can expert
catch more the socio the best sonja di chazaji yabulon non che di sta catch more
sexual misconduct lying in an intoxicant. This fundamental reset provide the strong
시제기 미기주보 무츠르라서 야보지 매와이나 게솔은 그 동바나 되게 샤이와요 말에
out free from greed, hatred, ignorance in this life. This is risk.
당원의 코나 인지 공무도 큰.
Yes. How lay people practice
the 미야소 쉬우세요.
The first of all, we need to reset the portrait transformative journey, selling uncertainty for the moral clarity, international care of sincere peace, personal kindness for positive societal impact.
게르소스 그냥네 되게 주소라 펜이 제토지 고기를 미야이나 디스기스레.
A meaningful Buddhist life is tend beyond personal practice to encompass sincere service, particularly in truly state. There provides refuge, engage charity, service, living being of the Buddha teaching connected between reset, wisdom, and service. It beautifully can help us to get.
다 도도친 라버스 문냠네딩아 게소스 미제 텐데다 셈레 지도 요라 스트라이크 펜도 그레스 엔 라버스 냐네 야보 체테와이나 티무기 니보에 체투그레스 딘데치나 잠치라 펜도 치가 펜도 체투와다 소속 텐다로 지 차샤와이나야 지 라버스 냐네 요바네 셈레 지딩 나 슈슈인 그레스 타마
the Buddha always emphasized that not to do evil.
셴란요바 마체스
One is mine. Teachings of Buddha.
디버치야 메제 게어 피존 소베 랑게 셈네 요소 텐 상게 때버레스 두 간나인디 상게 좀 된디기 다 추즈이 가다 가디니 마치버치 시제기 상게 그 추즈이 딱 간다 추릉 nem네지 계중 숭교래
to be from greed, hatred, ignorance, to get compassion, loving kindness. This is the purpose of this life. On behalf
근데 소소 게르기 추릉이 양라서 야고 요바타 아니 셴라 데네 닝지 냠니 체디 다 사제 그 추기 닝부르 증규 에네데 진노 코사게 고치 뭐저로 고차 비다나 안타난다데 남베 가지고 근디 치 라야 고차 표해지다 엔케나서마 고제데 당 요바타 안데 야보진 셈바라 투지치에서 산지기 질랍 캐나 차장 투길 주고 쇼스.
Thank you, Venerable Chungming Zen, for your
Chungming
speech.
Zen,
Next, I would like to request the most venerable Dr. Varka Goda, Jnana Ratana,
Dr. Varka Goda, Gyana Ratana, Mahanaya Ke Theros,
Sri Lanka, to give his greetings.
The Sri Lanka gi man Asigiraya say Kanda Koranzo Pege Chuluchu Sare, Digi Lajin Sare, Chazan Kona de Samji Sunshina Piruna Shui. Wara ka gotas sela darin bushushtu ming shi
Samma Sambuddha Saranai Ada Lautura Buddharajanan Vanse Buddhi Vadala me Buddha Gaya with Rasune Lokavasi Silu Adam Tervadi
Tesungyu sir injina
Tantrayana Vajrayanadi
Silanga Genam Sungudwa
බුදුදහමේ විවිධ කොටස් වලින් යුක්ත මහා සංඝරත්නය ඉතාම වැදගත් පණිවිඩයක් දීම සඳහායි. මේ සියලු මහා සංඝරත්නය සමගින් යුක්තව ජීවත් වීම වාසය කිරීම ඉතාම වැදගත් කියන එක සඳහන් කිරීමටයි. අපි දන්නවා ලෝකයේ ජනතාව බොහොම අසමගින් ජීවත් වෙන්නේ. භික්ෂුන් වහන්සේලා ඇටියට අපි සෑම දෙනාම සමගි සම්පන්නව කටයුතු කරන්නට බෞද්ධ ජනතාවට මෙන්ම ලෝකයට ඉගැන්විය යුතුයි කියන එක විශේෂයෙන් මේ කාලවකවානුවේදී සඳහන් කළ යුතුව තිබෙනවා. අපිට පේනවා ථේරවාදී බුදුදහමට නොයෙක් ආකාරයෙන් විරුද්ධවාදීන් චෝදනා එල්ල කරන අවස්ථා තියෙනවා. ලෞතර බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේට පවා චෝදනා එල්ල කරමින් උන්වහන්සේගේ වටිනා සේවය විශේෂයෙන් අගය කරන්නේ නැතුව ක්‍රියා කරන ආකාරය, කටයුතු කරන ආකාරය දකින්නට ලැබෙනවා. ඒක මහා ඛේදවාචකයක්. ඒ නිසා ථේරවාදී හාමුදුරුවෝ පමණක් නෙවෙයි මහායාන, තන්ත්‍රයාන, වජ්‍රයාන ආදී විවිධ ආගම් වලින් යුක්ත ඔබ අප සෑම දෙනාම එකමුතු වෙලා එකම භික්ෂු පිරිසක් හැටියට සමගි සම්පන්නව කටයුතු කරනවා නම් ඒක අපිට ලොකු බලයක් වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා සියලු දෙනා වහන්සේම එකම බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ ධර්මයේ අදහන්නේ. ඒ නිසා අපි ඔක්කොම එකමින් එක හඬින් එකතුව කටයුතු කළොත් මං හිතනවා ඒ විරුද්ධවාදීන්ගේ තර්ජන ගර්ජන බොහෝ දුරට අඩු කරගෙන සමගි සම්පන්නව හොඳ උසස් මිනිසුන් හැටියට ලෝකයේ සෑම දිනාටම ජීවත් වීමට පුළුවන්කම ලැබෙයි කියලා අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා. ඉතින් ඒ ආකාරය ඉටු කර ගැනීම සඳහා ගිහි පැවිදි ඔබ සෑම දිනාගේම සහයෝගය ඉදිරියට ලැබේවා කියලා ආශිර්වාදනය කරනවා. සෑම දිනාටම සම්මා සම්බුදු සරණයි.
The English translation of Most Venerable
the Kongi Sunshedi
Varakagoda Jnanaratana Mahanayak Theros
the Injigenala Sungyushina.
It is great feeling to witness the forum of this sort is happening around the world. Forums gathered in many countries to conduct religious symposiums in Japan, Thailand, Myanmar, Singapore, Australia, India, and extend up to European countries like France, Germany, even the United Kingdom. The heartwarming fact is that all these symposiums are conducted with the participation of the clergy of all sectors of Buddhism. There is no significant differentiation or disagreement in the objectives of the meetings. They based on the Dhamma taught to us by the Buddha. Siddhartha Gautama attained highest level of wisdom and known to all of us as the Buddha.
Sangye chumde de ngara so ta ngbar zo sangye sem
knowledge
kanda
and
ne ba
intellect
ne kanda
to see far into the
shera
future.
gi par de sens
His
be kansa je mo
teachings have now been accepted as the principles of philosophical studies in world recognized by many higher educational institutes and universities around the world. The Buddha's teachings were based on suffering, the reason for suffering, and the way out of suffering, which is the noble path to nirvana. He stressed on kindness to fellow human beings, animals, and any form of life that was created on earth. Today we as human beings have failed to adhere to the cause of harmlessness, and we have now ended up with critical fights, creating war zones in some parts of the world. The cause for this international Sangha Forum, which is held here today in the birthplace of the Buddha, is to brainstorm the dedicated bhikkhus of this world, leaving aside any barriers and differences in the form of Buddhism categorized as Mahayana, Vajrayana, Theravada, etc. We all have one objective and strive to achieve a common goal, that is to spread the teachings of great teacher Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. I congratulate the organizers of the forum for their dedicated efforts and achieving a great result in enhancing opportunities of spreading Buddhism around the world. I wish good health and longevity to His Holiness Dalai Lama and all the Buddhist leaders gathered in this forum. May the blessings of the sacred tooth relic be with you all. Venerable Dr. Varakaguru Sriyanratana Mahanayaka Siam Mahanikaya, Asgiriya Mahaviharaya, Kandy, Sri Lanka. Thank you.
Asgiriya se chulu gi ta Siam snak Mahanikaya son koras la jin gi konechrisha kon gi tsendi.
Thank you, Venerable Dr. Varagoda Yanaratana Mahayana from Sri Lanka.
Dr. Varakora
and next, I would like to invite the welcome address by Sri Tashinamgyo, the Honorable Executive Councillor of Ladakh Autonomous Development Council of Leh, on behalf of the Chairman and Chief Executive Councillor of Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council of Leh.
그럼 된다. 중지시하대요. 공대 소시나가 별로나 주행이.
A very good morning to all.
차장라 나들의 주행이.
To all of you.
아니 창설 뜻의 주행이.
Chief guest, most respected.
디링기 군중이 쏘고.
His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. And our guest of honor in the evening, Honorable Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, Shri Pema Khandu Ji, and His Eminence Rinpoche's Khampo Geshes on the dais, and His Eminence Rinpoche Lanjas, and Bhikkhu and Bhikkhunis from all over the world present here. I, on behalf of the Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council, Leh, and people of UT Ladakh, would like to my warmest welcome to all of you in joining the extended family here at International Sangha from 2023. So on this beautiful day, by the blessing of Triple Gem, all of us gathered here in the primary focus of the conference is to develop ongoing dialogue and collaboration between practitioners of the Pali traditional and Southeast and South Asian countries of the India, Thailand, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Indonesia, and those of the Sanskrit tradition from Tibetan, Bhutan, Nepal, Vietnam, China, Taiwan, Japan, Korea, Russia, Mongolia, other parts of the world. I hope the monks, nuns, scholars, and speakers from the different Buddhist traditions around the world will start the discussion on final aspects of the Vinaya rules and role of Buddhism in the 21st century. In these 3 days of the conference, I'm sure this conference will identify and highlight the benefit of these studies and practice that are common to all the traditions as well as developed and appreciation and understanding of the strength found within this tradition, which are viewed as being different. I wish our primary focus to fulfill His Holiness' advice and wish to develop an ongoing Pali-Sanskrit dialogue and which cultural exchange, collaboration among the practitioners of the Pali and Sanskrit monasteries, particularly in the topic of Vinaya, to foster understanding of the tradition practices. And finally, I would like to sincere my gratitude to the organizer of this beautiful event, Office of the His Holiness Dalai Lama, International Buddhist Confederation (IBC), Tibetan Buddhist Center from Singapore and Malaysia, and likewise co-organizer Tibetan Tibet House Delhi, Dalai Lama Center for Tibetan and Ancient Indian Wisdom, Bodh Gaya, and Foundation for Buddhist Brotherhood Sri Lanka for witnessing, inviting us as a part of this event and organizing such an important conference in this world. So finally, in this world, I pray and wish to long live His Holiness the Dalai Lama, long live His Holiness for the Dalai. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sri Tashi Namgyal.
Tashi Namgyal chola, Radha region.
May I now request
Rangyo region,
Sri Pema
Kasa
Khandu,
region,
Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, to address the gathering.
Arunachal ngati ngati lunje Tashi Namgyal chote sungshe na chuna urna shwe.
His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, Reverend Rinpoches and Buddhist scholars from all over the world, delegates, monks and nuns present here. Firstly, I would like to wish you all very warm welcome. I would like to begin my speech by thanking His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama for blessing us, guiding us, and setting the tone for this 3-day international Sangha conference. It's a privilege and a distinct honor for me to be part of this international Sangha Forum in the holy land of Bodh Gaya, where Lord Buddha attained enlightenment. I am thankful that many such programs are being organized in line with the vision of His Holiness the Dalai Lama under the World Buddhist International Programs. I resound fully with the objectives of the conference to develop ongoing dialogue and collaboration between practitioners of the Pali tradition of Southeast Asian countries like India, Thailand, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Indonesia, and those of Sanskrit tradition like Tibet, Bhutan, Nepal, Vietnam, China, Taiwan, Japan, Korea, Russia, Mongolia, and other parts of the world. I am informed that close to around 2,000 monks and nuns and scholars from Buddhist tradition around the world have assembled here to discuss the finer aspects of the 3 higher trainings of the Vinaya rules, Samadhi and the Prajna, as well as the role of Buddhism in the 21st century. I look forward to such enriched discussion and interaction with monks, nuns, and Buddhist scholars from around the world. I am filled with immense happiness and humility at being part of this crucial conference, uniting our monastic voices from Buddhist tradition across the world and forcing rich dialogue and collaboration. We are in an age where sharing and exchanging knowledge and wisdom to create a unified voice have always helped us to fight our adversaries such as ignorance, violence, injustice, economic disparity, and social discord. This approach is of paramount importance even for the nation and world at large. Today, we are in an era of global problems, conflict, and disruptions. Peaceful existence of fellow human beings are threatened in many parts of the world. In such a situation, the need of honor is to strengthen global cooperation to solve common pressing issues through Buddha's teaching of Karuna and non-violence. The central theme of International Sangha Forum is bridging traditions, embracing modernity, a dialogue on the Buddha's teaching in today's world. It is an excellent opportunity for everyone to collectively work out the ways to apply teachings of the Buddha, not only in individuals' daily life, but also in policy making at the highest level. My state, Arunachal Pradesh, has long and glorious association with Buddhism. While Buddhist teaching faced a decline in the Indian subcontinent by the 12th century, Arunachal Pradesh emerged as a sanctuary of these ancient wisdom. It is a living religious culture in various parts of Arunachal Pradesh. We have Monpa, Sherdupen, Memba, Khamba, and Beo tribes who practice Tibetan Mahayana Buddhism that was preached by revered Guru Padmasambhava in the 8th century AD. Theravada Buddhism in Arunachal Pradesh made its way between 13th and 18th century, primarily through Buddhist groups from Southeast Asia, especially Burma. Theravada Buddhist tradition is predominantly followed by Thai Khamti, Singpho, and Tikak Tangsa tribe in eastern Arunachal Pradesh. Their practice embody the oldest surviving form of Buddha Dharma in the world, emphasizing the original Pali scripts and teachings of the Shakyamuni Buddha. The legendary 17th Tawang Monastery is the fountainhead of spiritual life of the Gelugpa sect of the Mahayana school of Buddhism and house valuable antiques, books, and manuscripts. We have also established a central institute of Himalayan cultural studies in Dahong, dedicating to education and research of Buddhist philosophies and culture. The Pali Vidyapith at Namsai in eastern Arunachal is doing a commendable job in preserving and promotion of Pali heritage in this state. Being a Buddhist myself, I firmly believe that Buddhism is not only a religion, but it's also a perfect way of life that helps an individual to manage stress, anxiety, and other mental health challenges that are prevalent in the modern world. As such, the importance of Buddhist philosophy in shaping our response to these and other contemporary challenges is paramount. As a 21st century Buddhist, we need to embody a harmonious blend of ancient wisdom, of Buddhist value, of compassion and ethical living to deal with contemporary challenges. I am sure that this forum of Buddhist scholars from all over the world would work towards universalization the values of Buddhism, including non-violence, religious harmony, and transgress the existing sectarian and geographical boundaries. I call upon all delegates, Sangha members, Dharma practitioners at this forum to collectively explore common issues, work together to deal with misinformation, polarization, and technological challenges, and develop a better way forward based on universal values of Buddha Dharma. Let this become our shared ideals and values leading to the path of integrity with course of compassion and wisdom. Let us work towards building a better future for all. Long live His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri Pema Khantu, Honorable CM of Arunachal Pradesh. And before we come near to the conclusion of today's inaugural session, we have the extremely good fortune to be blessed with hearing from His Holiness the Dalai Lama again to encourage and to enlighten us.
세상은 시카시 순이 되죠. 아니, 그냥 당고대 아주 힘내 어려도 좋아서 아니 몸이 그 전부 쌈그 미쳐봐. 태성 공성 야마저 셔과디 계속 쉬우르샤. 다처로 제바서 마도 지금 삼우동야의 믹스기 지금 뭐죠나 તે જગમે દવા તે સામોલાવે એને 시 다철로 제바서도 마사베 삼루디 교회 여대베지기 된난 거래 다 되나마 에네 산제베 최가 나와라야 삼금을 리베고디 시우지기 십사고다 시기 카이를 라이어 샤 여대베지기 판도 쉬우시도가 서들이 인도 철 대바 연애를 매내를 간다 지금 사제의 흉가 나로나 하월 별을 여대베 남의 흉도서 나로네 semgam rikwe kwali ya chi shib sawu thala ma drisha yedawa di ane kyanzu mijatsu tandan shige ina panda yari tarikesa chenribe nane shiga semgam rikwe kwali nga tu she keshe chingade mungu yungi shasa ko semgam chöy 계시 매버체 나버 이미 계시 게 매버체 성공을 그 짱짱도 상담네 다 되게 시기 심기 시시 심 가서 다 시르로 영향이야 판도 이것도가 이 chöy 계시 게 말이 간다 삼루도서 혈을 용토야 지기 and then 다 시버 차라 시야디 도서 나가도 세디기 내고 그 시버 밀음기 내고 그 시버 니투기 내고 그 시버 그래서 제디 아주 내 모셔버들 가셔요 밀음 숨니 에 지금 밀음기 류디 사실 전달로 조정해 준데 내 모습을 저상가 류 라베 류 대다 저의 대베 아니 지 미름기 류 진짜가 전화야 지 무엇을 진짜 용되게 되는데 내 모습을 그래서 제디 최계적인 말이 가다 3년 조다 그래 예버도 저기 하던 세직배 더나 쳐보셔야 되지. 사들이 인도 되어 지 순인도죠. 나저 실생에서도 지금 샤든 샤 서로 들지고 뭐지? 그 신의 타내셔네. 시와 차라 뒤에도 쓰여쳐야. 아니 미름기 시와 되게 더내지 되게 쉬어들이 지금 미름기 류송니 아니 사실 전달을 줘야 되는데 미름기 류디 송네 아니 그 로봇 전달시절 내니 그게 가르치고 일이야 차상 시기에도 되는데 용되기도 와 대신 제대로 양식 류들이 로스 시바 시기에다가 대단 낭색을 차라먹고 여다가도 저리야 신경 두시기 전에 이내리 시기 생리기 전에 이내리 되게 더야야 시기 탄한시야 가다야 안돼 도나싱인데 용되게 둘러 드저 야고도 띵안서 벽이 지르단 태국 시종아서 뭐다 벌이야 태국 시종아서 차상식 예외 인도산에 된게 성공 리뷰 거주제 거로 14곳이다 아니 시버 차라도这个 깨시야시기 예외 인도산에 대한 판도 요구도 대다스 내 상주시 시순이 되죠 현다인这些
So, on this auspicious occasion, I also wish to share a few words. First of all, with regard to the teaching of the Buddha, particularly the monastics, to the monastics, I wish to say that we should not be satisfied with merely wearing the monastic robes. Sorry. But we should engage in the practice, study, reflection, and practice of the Dharma. That is very important, so please keep this in mind. And moreover, in Buddhism, what we find is so many teachings on the states of the different emotions, mind and emotions, psychology, and therefore we have so many practices to tackle the different problems that we face. Even as lay people, people should pay attention to the explanations of mind and emotions that we find in our texts. And it's not necessary that you should be a believer in a religion, but even today, even scientists who are not religious as such are taking interest in learning from our tradition when it comes to learning about psychology, the workings of our mind and emotions. And so it is helpful for peace of mind as well. And then in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, we also find mention of the different degrees of subtlety within the mind, such as the mind during the waking state, sleep state, and then also dream state. I have known people who were able to experience dream body and go out of the dream body, and then being able to talk about different places that they have gone, they have been in that dream body as well. And so this is not about religion as such. Even scientists are paying attention to such things. And then with regard to the Dharma, it's not only about prayers and rituals, but we should understand the different gross and subtle states of mind as well, in order to be able to use the knowledge for tackling our emotions. And then in education as well as science, we should try to introduce these the study of mind and emotions. Of course, the people are taking interest in them, and we should further work on this. And then in our tradition, the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, we have the entire teaching of the Buddha, including those of the basic vehicle, the Mahayana and the Tantrayana. And within the context of the Tantrayana, we find mention of these different degrees of subtlety within the mind as well. And so, I just wish to share this with you on this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Holiness, for your advice and the teachings that you composed, all of the Buddha's teachings for us. And I'm sure that we're going to have a very fruitful dialogue throughout the next few days. And to end our inaugural session today, this morning, I would like to invite Venerable Khenche Jangshub Shen, the Secretary General of International Buddhist Confederation, IBC, Delhi, to give the thank you note for this morning's session.
Chikyap Tungche Kensurumbuchi Changchu Chende Chola Tama Jugdongi Tujilipi Sunshenanga Peruna Shui.
Anirodham Adutpadam Anuchedam Ashashvatam Anekartham Nanartham Nagamam Nirgamam Ya Pratitya Samutpadam Prapancho Pashimam Shivam Deshya Masa Sambudastam Vande Vadatamavaram. I pay homage to Tri Ratna, especially to the Holy Sangha led by Your Holiness, the great 14th Dalai Lama, and all other prominent leaders of the Buddhist world present in this auditorium. I'm delighted to extend a deep and humble thanks on behalf of the organizers of this event to the prominent speakers, Your Holiness, the great 14th Dalai Lama, and His Eminence Gaden Chirimbuche, head of the Gelug sect, Shri Pema Khandu, Chief Minister, Arunachal Pradesh, Most Venerable Dharmapriya Bhikkhu, Deputy Sangharaja, Bangladesh, Most Venerable Dr. Varakagoda Nyan Ratna, the Mahaya Kathero of Asigriya chapter of Siham Nikaya, Sri Lanka, Preha Idhi Muni Mong Sang, President, Cambodian Buddhist Monk Society, Cambodia, Most Venerable Kumdin Nya, Deputy Sangharaja, Myanmar, Venerable Nam Yun Dang Hyons Bong, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right, Korea, His Eminence Changzi Chögyur Rinpoche, from Taiwan, Most Venerable Rujing, Abbot of Bliss and Wisdom Monastic Community, Taiwan, His Eminence Gyangkhang Rinpoche, Head Abbot, Namdrolling Monastery, Pra Dambodhi Wong, Chief Abbot, Royal Thai Monastery, Bodh Gaya, His Eminence Mary Lodin Rinpoche, representative of Mary Chinzi Rinpoche, Venerable Shuri Kobayashi, Japan, Venerable Khenchen Nyima Gyaltsen, representative of Digung Kyamgwen, Venerable Bachulun Munkbatar, representative of Gaden Tekchending Monastery, Mongolia. He's Venerable Khenpo Siring P. Gurung, representative of Sakya Trinzin, Venerable Khenpo Sonam Bumden, representative of His Eminence Khenpo Bhutan. His Eminence Jonang Gyalsab Rinpoche, head of the Jonang sect of Tibetan Buddhism. His Eminence Tulku Lame Gigin, Mongolian Buddhist from Mongolia. Venerable Shajin Lama Geshe Lobsang Chodak from Russia. Venerable Trin Minzen from Vietnam. And my colleague, Mr. Abhijit Halder, Director General of IBC, and Mr. Tashi Namgyal, Executive Councillor, Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council, Ladakh. So this is the name of individuals that I was provided to thank. And now, beside that, I also thank the representative of Tibetan government, the CTA, present here in this hall, and all the holy Buddhist leaders, prominent guests, and the delegates from friends from all over the world assembled here for the International Sangha Forum 2023, Bodh Gaya, India. As we gather here in the holiest site on the planet, we must take a minute to express our deepest gratitude and thanks for the opportunity to connect with each other and for the holy presence of Buddha, which guides and nourishes us. We must be eternally thankful for the methodology, wisdom and strength provided by the holy Dharma, as well as the sense of belonging and purpose it instills in our life. Let us pause for a moment to recognize the diversity of this meeting, which is a true reflection of collective wisdom and unified voice. Let us be thankful and embrace our diversity and use this gathering to learn, share, and to improve mutual understanding and brotherhood. As we gather today, let us open our hearts and minds to learn more from each other, as well as share our experiences, thoughts, and insights. Let us rejoice in our common belief and our resolve to living a life of love, compassion, wisdom, and service to all beings. Thank you, especially these group of organizations, Tourism Department of Bihar, Bihar Government, International Buddhist Confederation IBC New Delhi, International Buddhist Council Bodh Gaya, Siddharth International, Jaso Yeo, Phyllis Wong Singapore, Madam Supapa Snit Wong Thailand, Master Wee Vajramedhi Rai Jan Tawan Foundation Thailand, Prabhuji Nandamuni Watpa Bodh Gaya, Wat Thai Bodh Gaya Royal Thai Temple, all the co-organizers greatly contributed by generous in providing funds and other necessary needs. Then besides that, I also need to thank, on behalf of the organizers, viharas and centers in Bodh Gaya who have provided accommodation for monks during the International Sangha Forum. Those are Myanmar Vihar, Bodh Gaya, Kua Bomchu Meditation Center, the Great Holy Land Temple, Majhima Sukha Foundation, Win-Win Myanmar, Teja Mangala, Muripalo Hospital and Meditation Center, Wat Lao Buddha Gaya International, Buddhist Thai Bharat Society, Watpa Buddha Gaya, Buddhist Raja Monastery, Cambodian Monastery. So, we express deep thanks to all of you for your immense support. Without your support, we definitely won't be here today. So, beside that, I also express deepest thanks, not the least, but at the last, to all the volunteers. And especially those people who have been working continuously for many months in past. And many weeks in past, preparing for workings. So, without the effort of all these people, this thing definitely would have happened. So, I express my deep thanks to all of you. I'm sorry that I'm not able to read all the names here announced today. So, I have to say sorry for that. At the end, thank you all for coming today. I hope and pray that you will leave Bodh Gaya feeling inspired, motivated, wiser, and fully energized in your holy quest to the great enlightenment. May blessings of Triple Gem be upon each and every one of us. So at the end, I would like to quote great Shanti Deva. Pathasvadhyaya kalila vihara santu susthita nityam sayat sangha samagari Sangha Karyam Cha Siddhyatu. Thank you.
도치. 다 예세쇼를 쓰지지르셔디. 렉처가 나르셔 고마소.
Thank you, Venerable Khenpo Changchup Sheldon, for your thank you.
And
to end our inaugural session this morning, I would like to invite all our distinguished guests on stage to take a photo session with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. That conclude our inaugural session this morning. And during the next few days, the inaugural session has ended, and our International Sangha Forum would officially begin our sessions of discussions starting this afternoon. So after lunch, I invite all of our members to come back to this hall for our first session of exchange. The topic would be interpreting ancient wisdom across cultural perspectives. And we would have morning and afternoon sessions throughout the next 2 days. So please join us for our discussion.
Thank you. May I also request everyone there to be seated in their respective seats for now, and wait until His Holiness and all the other delegates leave the room through the backstage. After that, I request all the guests, as well as the speakers and the chairpersons to follow. And so after that, I would like to ask all the rest of the audience in the room to leave through the door and collecting the coupon, the meal coupon. So without the meal coupon, you will not be provided meals. So you will need to pick the meal coupon as you exit through the door. those Chepedure, DJ number so Luluchene, than the those Pebek so Kohane, Zinjangchik, Shelachuak, Zinjangchik, Shujinang, the Shu the Sheche, and Shelachuak Pebble, the Shu the Mabry Nashela, Topia Samara, Dirisha, Shelan Nangsi, and the Pajong or Kambate Resundo. No, so the okay, so the meals for the VIPs will be on the second floor. And the rest of the audience in the room, we have to go to the adjacent room. Thank you. Hello. Number zo tos churo na sung do tos churo na sung. Anda kunjun zo nda petsa min do. Kunjun zo petsa su na ani gyölö chen perona.